Hello students, today we are going to read about the Midnight Zone. We will read pages 16 through 19. The Midnight Zone is the third most deep layer of the sea. We learned about the Sunlight Zone at the top. The next zone is the Twilight Zone. It gets a little darker and colder. And even deeper, today we are going to learn about the Midnight Zone. Let's skip ahead to page number 16. The Midnight Zone. The chilly Midnight Zone occupies up to 90% of our oceans. The only natural light here in the deep is made by bioluminescent life forms. Many creatures are black or red to hide in the near total darkness, and some have very large eyes, or no eyes at all. Walking cucumbers. The sea cucumbers are echinoderms. Echinoderms. See, students, if you learn your phonics rules, you can read any word in front of you. Echinoderms. I'll have to Google what that means later. Which means that they have spiny skins. They feed on debris floating in the sea or buried in the sand. Sea cucumbers move around on rows of tube feet with suckers. Some eject a tangle of threads, toxins, or even their own internal organs to put off predators. Interesting. This is what a drawing of the sea cucumber looks like. And the diver is thinking, what? Cucumbers? That's really funny. Jelly or fish. The jelly-like blobfish floats just above the ocean floor in Australia's deep waters. It has almost no muscle and cannot swim. It feeds by keeping its mouth open to take in small pieces of food debris. No one has yet seen a blobfish that is more than 12 inches long. Oh, I think the blobfish is kind of cute. The shiny shark. The cookie cutter shark is a fast swimmer that can descend to 12,000 feet. Wow. It shines with a bright green bioluminescence made by, let's see this word, photophore organs that emit light. When we see the word bioluminescent, that means that an animal is able to glow in the dark, emit some kind of light. This small shark grows 20 inches long at most, but its razor-sharp teeth bite chunks out of much larger prey, leaving cookie-cutter marks on their flesh. Interesting. Their curved teeth leave wounds in a cookie-cutter shape. That's why they are called the cookie-cutter shark. It's a cute name, but I still would not want to see one swimming around near me, would you? Suckers and ink. The soft-bodied cuttlefish aggressively catch its prey with sucker pads at the end of its 2 tentacles. With these, it pushes fish and crustaceans into its sharp beak. The cuttlefish changes color to camouflage itself. It squirts dark ink at its predators and flashes bright colors during fights. Ooh, intense. Deep sea discoveries. The life forms in the midnight zone are continually under investigation. Scientists lower special traps that delicately lift up tender creatures without damaging them. They also observe microscopic organisms that feed and breathe by chemosynthesis, absorbing chemicals from the water. Softly, softly. Sponges are soft sea creatures made up of hundreds of special cells that help them survive. They have no internal organs. Some are scavengers, while others are predators. Once, humans harvested them to use them in the bath. Now, researchers study some of the 8,500 or so species to discover more about evolution. Interesting fact, sponges stick to rock or move 0.04 inches per day. Sponge medicine. Scientists study deep sea sponges to find new treatments and cures for diseases. Interesting. Some sponges contain chemicals that are being developed into medicines to fight infections. One deep water species, let's see if I can figure this word out. The Discodemia dissolute is of special interest. It may have properties that reduce some cancerous tumors. It is so interesting, I think, how humans are exploring every part of the world, even thousands and thousands of feet down into the deep ocean, and finding new ways to fight off diseases. Our world is pretty wonderful. Oh, I'm making a connection, students. This looks like the camera bubble that Jacques Cousteau created. Oh, awesome. Photo shoot. Remote control cameras that withstand enormous water pressure capture that... Let me try this again. I'm thinking of how to read fluently, and that was not very fluent. Remote control cameras that withstand enormous water pressure capture images of coral gardens. Corals are important habitats for other life forms and can act as indicators of climate change. More than 4,800 coral species have been found so far, more than half in the deep sea. Some are as tiny as a small seed, while others grow as tall as a house. The deepest well. In the Gulf of Mexico, the Perdido platform sits at 8,000 feet of water above the deepest oil and gas well, which was drilled 1.9 miles into the seabed. Perdido means lost in Spanish. Wow! The midnight zone, it takes up to 90% of our world's oceans. Even though we weren't able to explore it for a long time, the more we look and the more we discover, we're finding many things that benefit us and life here on land. Thank you for reading with me today. Remember to answer all of the questions on Seesaw about the midnight zone.